The devil drop. You don't need to be a devil to do it, but you do need a little bit of daredevil in you. Hey everyone, Ronnie Chavez here, and today we're doing a tutorial on the devil drop or inward front flip from a hang. Now, you can hang from a wall, a handrail, whatever it is. Ideally, it's nice to have a little bit of height, and to learn this in a safe environment like a gymnastics gym or on padding. And you also want to watch for your head when doing this move because you're flipping so close to the object you're jumping from that you want to really make sure that you're aware of where your head is, how close you are to the object, so that you can be as safe as possible. I also wanted to thank Kuma Films for helping me film this super slow-mo tutorial, so be sure to go check out their channel and give them some love. Now jumping into the devil drop. It is called a devil drop because you're dropping from a cool hang. Where the devil comes from, I don't know. But anyways, doing this move, you want to have a solid front flip down, and you want to be able to do a comfortable hanging cat leap, whether it's on a wall or a rail. I recommend learning this on a rail, and on a ledge you can comfortably keep your feet on, because that'll give you the most control going into this move. Now, as you go into this move, it's really important that you think about how you're going to be setting your body up into the air, because you are going to set your chest up just like you would with a normal front flip, but the difference is you want to make sure you're getting away backwards, which is the opposite direction you usually do front flips. So you want to make sure that on the jump you're actually jumping, pushing your hips outwards. And now what's going to help you bring your chest up and set a little bit is you're actually going to give a nice little tug on the handrail you're hanging from, because that's going to give you some tug to flip you around extra fast and to pull up your body. Because your arms aren't in a traditional front flip position to throw forward into a front tuck, you have to rely on the actual takeoff from the hang to get your rotation. And that comes from the push with your legs, pushing your hips up and out away from the bar, and then doing a nice little tug on the bar with your hands that will pull your upper body towards the object you're jumping from, but you don't want to pull too hard so you're not pulling yourself into the object. That's where bad things can happen. So especially if you have a pad to practice with, you can work into it by jumping out farther at first, maybe even doing a side flip so you don't have to worry about landing on your head, and then as you get comfortable you can tug with your arms a bit more each time. And the harder you tug with your arms, the faster you can flip the devil drop, but the harder you pull, the closer you're going to get to the object. So just make sure that you have plenty of jumping power pushing away, and that the amount you're tugging is never going to overpower your push away with your legs. And you don't need to worry about jumping up so much, because as you're jumping away, trying to push your body away with your legs, your tug is going to naturally keep you centered and send you upwards, hanging onto the bar. And so really it's up to you to figure out how long you hold on to it for. It takes practice to figure out that timing. Basically, you want to push out and jump. As soon as you're rising, you're already pulling a little bit on the bar, and then right before you release, I give one little last tug to give me extra whip. So it's not like I'm pulling my body into where I'm hanging from, but it's more like I'm just tugging to give my upper body just a little bit of extra thrust and rotation. And at this point, your feet should be leaving the object, your hands should have released, and then you immediately start tucking. And you want to make sure that you're tucking your knees to your chest and that you're trying to keep your head down and away so you don't risk clipping your head as you rotate around. And then finally, as you come around with the flip, you're going to open up and spot just like you would a normal front flip. Just be aware that you'll have momentum going backwards, so the landing is going to feel different. So you just have to make sure you're aware of that. Realize you'll probably land on your heels a little bit more than you're used to, and you can either go into a back roll out of it, or if you time it right, you can stick it. Just make sure that you're careful not to over rotate it, because that can send you leaning forward, and even if you got away from the wall on the initial jump, you can fall into the wall again from an over rotation. So there's not much room for error doing this trick. So just make sure that you keep that in mind when practicing, and that you practice it progressively and safely, and just have fun with it. Experiment different ways to do it. Experiment with the side flip. The side flip variation is going to be very similar, and as you get comfortable doing it, then you can start experimenting with different styles and how far you can go out, or how high you can go. there you have it. There's the devil drop tutorial. Let me guys know if you have any questions about this trick and what future super slow-mo tutorials you'd like me to do in the future. As always, I appreciate you guys being subscribed and watching my tutorials and following the path of the free runner to push yourself and exceed your limits. So keep pushing forward, and thanks for watching.